big issue today because our culture is, if you had told me 10 years ago, I don't know if I would have believed it, but we have moved into a place where we have not only just said, okay, if you're practicing homosexuality, we're going to leave you alone. We're not going to prosecute you, like 30 whatever years ago. Now we moved into, okay, it's acceptable, and we're kind of moving beyond that towards where if you don't accept homosexuality, you can get in trouble, or if you don't promote it in the schools, you're going to get in serious trouble. We're either going to shame you or dox you, come to your house, maybe even prosecute you in some states if you try to say, hey, there's a different way. So we're going to deal with the issue of homosexuality today and what's going on in our culture. And to do that, I brought someone who has been waging this war personally and in ministry for many, many years. His name is Stephen Black. He's got a new book out called Freedom Realized. Yeah, I was pulling up the picture. And he is also the director of a ministry called First Stone Ministries. Stephen, welcome to Life Today Live. It's great to have you.
Thank you, sir. Good to be here, Randy.
So just for a little bit of background, before we get into some of the kind of modern or current contemporary issues, give us a little bit of what you went through in dealing with this personally.
Yeah, in 1983, I had this transformative, amazing experience with Jesus Christ. I had been raised in Catholicism. I went to parochial school. I knew things about God, but I didn't know God. Unfortunately, as a child, I had been sexually molested by friends of the family, by a man visiting the next door neighbors, all the while my parents never knew. And so, unfortunately, by the time I hit puberty, I was very confused in my sexuality and had people around me that were willing to introduce me to the homosexual community. That was kind of stealth at first, and then I embraced it as a lifestyle for 8 years. And at age 22, the Lord got a hold of me. And it was during the AIDS epidemic. And back then they called it GRID, gay-related immune deficiency. And the night I was transformed, I actually had what I didn't know, but do know now, was the Holy Spirit came over me in some people's house because I had been grieving for about a year and a half over the death of my little brother. And I was raised in this Catholic world of knowing heaven and hell, life and death and afterlife. So I actually had a knowledge of God.
I don't
Enough that after my little brother died, I started crying out, God, where is he? God, what's happening? God, just grieving. And he heard my cry. He delivered me. He brought me up out of a pit. So in 1983, I surrendered my life to Jesus while I was in this mobile home. I was sitting there and the power of the Holy Spirit came over me and I heard this voice. And he said to me, if you do not accept me tonight, you're going to die. Now, that was in February of 1983. By the end of that summer, we heard about all these people in Oklahoma City, men, about 99% men, entering into the hospital with this mysterious disease. And
we gotta talk
and
about
now we
this.
know, of course,
Listen
with
up.
HIV,
I got y'all. Listen to me.
People were coming down very quickly with AIDS. And why that's significant is because that night, the Lord, when he spoke to me, because for a lot of people that seems kind of harsh, but he warned me. And then later that night, after I prayed with these people, I had this encounter with Jesus, the girl I had been partying with, their sister, asked me a question. And she said, does this mean you're not going to be gay anymore? And I really didn't know for sure because my parents' priest had told me it was all the more reason to come to mass, wink, wink, tried to seduce me and tell me it was okay to be a gay.
Y'all get some people Catholic. In here. Let's have this conversation.
And I just knew that.
Get some people in here, share this, like this, whatever you got to do. We got to have this conversation. Let's go, Tough Love family.
The Bible and pray over it, and I literally flips open to Leviticus, and it said right there, it said laws on sexual immorality, and that's when my life, when the Word of God came, and the law of God brought me to Jesus, to the cross. It was like a schoolmaster. It did teach me. I fell down on my knees and I said, God, I don't know how to change. And I can clearly see the priest was lying to me. And he said, I love my life verse is Psalms 107. He sent his word to heal me and to deliver me from destruction. And so that's my story. And I've been living this out now ardently in love with Jesus for 38 years.
And the married
salute.
grandchildren.
Yeah. Robin and
Red
I
son,
met
I
3
see
years
you.
later. We got married, and she had a child out of wedlock. I adopted her, and then we had 2 more children. And unfortunately, 7 years ago, we lost our 21-year-old daughter, Charity Ho. And that was honestly, that's the worst thing I've ever gone through. But she had a grandchild. She had gotten married and had a little boy. So we all have 4 grandchildren.
That's great, and I'm sorry for your loss.
Thank you.
That's difficult. You mentioned Leviticus.
I'm going to play some more of that commentary. This is from the Life Today TV. Fair use, of course. I was listening to this podcast or whatever. I was actually listening to a few things. This popped up on the suggestion feed or whatever case may be. So I hit it because I was curious. As I listened to about 15 minutes, I said, I need to talk about this. I think that this is important. I think that just as a man, more importantly, a black man, that feels that he has a platform, I got to speak out. Now, I've spoken about the whole Lil Nas X and the baby and the, what is that dude named? Boosie. I've spoken about that, but I wanted to do a deep dive. Let's just unfold this thing, because I think that there's a lot to be said. There's a lot of people that feel like there is a gay agenda. I tagged a couple commentary people that I know that's on social media that are gay, so they can do a response video, and it's all with respect. I'm not gonna say anything disrespectful, but I'm going to say, as a heterosexual man, how I feel about certain things. Now, here's my thought process, ladies and gentlemen. If you don't want your children to be exposed to gay shit, listen, before we get rowdy, because I know how we do. If you don't want your children to be exposed to gay shit, you don't want your children seeing women kissing women, men kissing men, you don't want men dressing as women, etc., 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 anything that you consider to be gay, that does not make you homophobic, and that doesn't mean there's something wrong with you. That has to be said. That has to be said. I think with Boosie and the baby, I think that they send this message that resonates with a lot of people. They just send it with the wrong energy behind it. So sometimes you just need to say things properly so people can understand. People want their children to be safe and unharmed. Let's talk about it. Let me get my other water. Their children stay safe and unharmed. Gentleman speak about how he had a next door neighbor's friend visit their home and molest him for years, where he grew up confused. He grew up basically being molested by a man. And you notice that a lot of people that are part of the LGBTQ plus community, we're going to say the alphabet community, I appreciate the person that schooled me to that. They grow up and they are confused because they were molested, they were touched, they were violated. Something happened to them where it caused them to alter their childhood. We got to talk about this, y'all. This is important. It altered their childhood. They did not have a natural childhood. I'm going to say it better than the baby. I'm going to do it better than Boosie, okay? They did not have a natural childhood. This is what men and women, heterosexual men and women, are talking about. They want their children to have a natural childhood. They don't want it to be tainted. Do y'all understand what I'm saying? Is that realistic? Is that fair? Now, for those people that get taken advantage of, they get abused, they get molested, and a lot of other things happen to them that alters who they are naturally. My heart goes out to you. It's no joking matter. It's nothing to laugh about, nothing to play with. The issue is that when you grow up and you know that you've been through this trauma, 9 times out of 10, you haven't had anybody around you to really, one, to listen to your story. You want to be heard. 2, you feel like, why did this happen to me? Yo, this is messed up, or whatever the case may be. Either you want revenge, or you just want to feel like you have someone to love you, or whatever the case may be. The alphabet community does a great job at providing understanding, at providing a family, at providing people that understand that level of trauma. I get it. I understand the psychology of it. I get it. The issue is that when you have people that grow up, that have been through that trauma, that now say, okay, well, I am in this community, I am of this community, I am for this community, hear me roar, I am brave, I am proud, this is who I am. The issue is now you're exposing children to who you are. There's a problem with that. There's a problem with that. You understand what I'm saying? Because if you feel like, there is one thing to be natural, and this is the natural you, but there is another thing to be made into the person that you are. A lot of people that are a part of the alphabet community were made into who they are. Anybody that want to disagree, listen, this is a respectful conversation. I'm not trying to disrespect the alphabet community. Anybody that knows me know that I got love for them, but I just feel like the baby and Boosie and a lot of other people, when they speak out, they speak with a level of ignorance. And because they speak with a level of ignorance, we automatically ordain what they're saying to be nonsense and bullshit. However, 1, it's freedom of speech. And then 2, I could understand someone saying they don't want their children to be altered. They don't want their children to be violated. They don't want their children to go through that trauma and that stress where they're confused. It is a confusing situation to have 2 men kiss in front of children. Here's my thing. Can I break it down for y'all? Can I really peel back the onion on this thing, right? You're not old enough to drive a car legally, but you old enough to say that you're gay. You're not old enough to buy a gun, to buy cigarettes, or to join the military, but you old enough to say you gay. You old enough to say that you want a sex change. You old enough to say, I want to be a boy, but I was born a girl. I want to be a girl, but I was born a boy. Hell, I want to switch back and forth. I'm confused. You would be confused. I'm confused as an adult. Can you imagine a child? Can you imagine a child? Now, here's the issue. The issue is, like I said, you get these adults. Let's talk about Lil Nas X. Lil Nas X came out and said himself that he had all of these feelings growing up, but he didn't really have anybody to really talk about his feelings around him. His mom was off doing her thing. I forgot what he said about the dad or whatever case may be. And then now that he's grown up and he has this outlet. Because Lil Nas X didn't come out saying I'm gay. He didn't come out saying, look at me, world. And see, that's what I'm talking about. Can you imagine bringing your children, or better yet, bringing people that, let's just say Lil Nas X. And I want to show you how impressionable our children are, right? Because there is an agenda, definitely an agenda, but it's not as mainstream as we say it is. I think it's homegrown. And this is what I said. A lot of women and a lot of men, a lot of people in general, they have a gay best friend that is very outspoken, very emotional, very flamboyant. They have that friend that they bring around their children, and that friend influences that child. Stay with me. I know what I get it. I understand. Some of y'all ain't gonna like this, but you are influencing your child to be introduced to the alphabet community. Now, some people would say, well, I'm sure they see it on social media. I'm sure the kids got a gay friend. I'm sure. I get it. But when you bring it into your household, to me, that's a different level. That's a different level, because it's bad enough you can't find a heterosexual person to promote some of the standards and values that you want your children to have. You want them to speak speak a certain type of way. You want them to live a certain type of way. You want them to be productive citizens. You want them to go out and be plentiful, right? But little girls and boys are seeing that too. Definitely, we getting into it. I think those conversations need to be had with children if and when they are ready. I totally agree, and that's what we getting at. The problem is that we got heterosexual people that we have in our lives that we bring around our children. And those heterosexual people, those straight people, we not on the same wavelength. Like, I don't want you smoking weed in front of my kids, blowing weed in my kids' face. I don't want you promoting drinking alcohol in front of my children's face. Like, I got heterosexual friends that straight, board and narrow, and we don't have the same values when it comes to raising children. So you got to think about a gay person. What are your values when it comes to raising children? What in our values, some people may align, and then some people may not. It may not. Is it okay for a man to kiss another man in front of your child? In front of your 10-year-old, in front of your 5-year-old, in front of your 3-year-old? My thought process is this. If we can influence our children to criminals, to be alcoholics, to be use drugs, to be abusive, if this is all documented, if we can influence our children based on what they see as they grow up in their adolescence, can't we also influence them to be gay? Anybody willing to argue this conversation? It's not really an argument, though. Can we, the question is, can we as adults influence our children to be gay? I have no problem with Lil Nas X saying he want to kiss boys, he want to do this, bruh, do you? The issue is that when you stand in front of a screen, and that screen may be broadcasting in someone's home for some reason, on someone's cell phone, because we can't be with our kids 24/7. We can't be with our kids 24/7. So when you're brave enough to say, I'm coming out, I'm living my best life, look at me, I'm gay. Okay, cool, bro. Salute. Okay, cool. Me as a heterosexual man, I don't have to run out and tell everybody that I'm a heterosexual man. What I do in my behind closed doors and my sexuality is me. And I think that's the issue that a lot of people have. Why is it okay for you to promote your sexuality, but it's not okay to promote my opinion about why you're promoting your sexuality to alter my child? I'm just saying. I'm not bashing. I'm just saying it feels like a double-edged sword. You can promote your sexuality. You can promote how happy you are in your sexuality, how you want to be accepted in your sexuality. But if anyone says something about it, now they need to be canceled. Now they're homophobic. Now you need to disrespect them. And I just feel like it's wrong because a lot of people want their children to grow up naturally. Am I wrong? Come on, please, y'all. Come on. Can we have this conversation? Can we have this conversation? Because I'm telling you right now, as a father, I want my daughters to be great. Do you understand? I want them to be protected. I want them to grow up naturally. And I don't want them to be influenced by anything that is going to alter the capacity for them to be healthy. You understand what I'm saying? If my daughters go off to college or get exposed to somebody being gay in high school, okay, we're going to have to deal with that. But we're going to have that conversation prior to that. The issue is I'm not going to bring a bunch of women around my daughter and it's like, okay, we're going to twerk on each other. We're going to kiss each other in the mouth. This is just what we do. Living the best life. I'm a part of the alphabet community. When you meet a woman right now, I want to ask y'all something, fellas. I want to ask you something. When you meet a woman, do you automatically say she's obviously like girls too? Do you automatically assume that? Or are these reality shows, the music, the photos of women kissing women, women dancing on women, you know what I'm saying? Women having a girls' night out and saying, girl, I got my dildo. You got your dildo. I got my strap on. Like, talking about it like it's something natural. My thought process is, do you bring these type of women around your young children and expect your young children to just not be influenced by them? I want y'all to comment in the comment section. I'm gonna start reading the comments. Do you bring these women, and I'm not saying they not living their best life. I'm not saying that these women are not entrepreneurs. They don't got good credit. They don't have their own cars. They ain't doing it big. They got all the materialistic stuff. But my thought process is that we talk about mainstream media, but we bring these types of people around our children and then expect our children not to be influenced by it. You see dad always, you know what I'm saying, smoking weed and drinking, and you a bitch, you a hoe, and you expect your son not to follow suit. You expect your son not to disrespect women. You expect your son not to be a womanizer. You expect your son not to be a criminal. You expect your son not to be a thug. You ain't teach your son how to tie. Can I talk to the grown people? Tough love family, I know y'all in here, but let me talk to some of the people that ain't accustomed to who I am. You don't teach them how to tie. You don't teach them how to open the door for a woman. You don't teach them how to talk with a certain level of confidence. Everything has to be gang related, because if it ain't gang related, it ain't real. We got our daughters thinking that if he ain't a bad boy, he ain't a good boy. He ain't somebody worth marrying. He ain't somebody worth giving our time. I'm trying to figure out, can we have a real conversation? This is a crazy agenda. It's a crazy agenda. And whereas we want to say Little Nas X is the problem, the alphabet community is the problem, my thought process is, bro, what are we allowing in our households? I met a woman the other day who said, I worked 3 jobs. And first I thought she was Jamaican. I said, are you Jamaican or are you Mexican? She said, no. Gotta add some humor to this, right? Gotta add some humor to this. And she said, I work 3 jobs and I don't have time to be home with my teenagers. She has a son and a daughter. Let me explain something to you about her son and daughter. Okay. While she's at work, okay, the daughter is having young boys over and having sex with them. The son has gotten 2 different other girls pregnant. Before I say this, let me sip this water. Look, y'all, listen. Y'all go ahead and get some people in here, because I'm about. It's not about exposing, but it's about having this real conversation. And I need more people in here so they can hear what it is that I'm about to say. And I'm hoping that you guys not only restream this if you're a content creator, but I want to hear your perspective on this, because it's needed. It's needed. We got to stop running away from the hard conversation or just blurting shit out. Hold on. So here's my thought process. Ladies and gentlemen, we have to stop promoting that we're single parents. That is the dumbest shit I ever heard in my life. The dumbest shit I ever heard in my life. Ladies and gentlemen, when you have a baby, when you have a child, you and the other parent are a team. Whether you like him, whether you don't like her, whatever the case may be, you guys are a team. Stop splitting the team up because that one night stand didn't blossom into something. That situationship didn't blossom into something. The way you wanted to have that title you never got didn't blossom into something. Oh, he got a new boyfriend. She got a new girlfriend. Whatever the case may be, you guys make yourself look bad. Every time I meet a woman who says I'm a single parent, I always get the details because that's important. Are you a single parent because the other parent died? Okay. Oh, they're still alive. Okay. Are you a single parent because the other person is incarcerated? They're not incarcerated. They're not in jail. Okay, let's keep going. Are you a single parent because the other person has publicly said, them ain't my kids. I ain't fucking with them kids. Fuck them kids. They never said that. Okay. Are you a single parent because the other person is sick? They got the 1-9. They got the one. I had the 1-9. The girl was on me and she was fat. They got the 1-9 plus 2. They got coronavirus. For those that's a little slow, some people a little bit slow. Catch up. God damn it. This is a conversation for adults. They're not sick. So they're not incarcerated. They're not sick. They never publicly said they didn't want to be a part of the children's lives. Do they live in the country? They live in the United States of America. Okay, so you basically a single parent because you don't like them. Okay, I almost forgot something. Did they abuse you or did they abuse the kids? They didn't. Okay, wait. So they didn't do all of the stuff that we hear about. They didn't do no. So you basically don't want them around you because, or don't want the other parent around you because they ain't stroking your ego. Can I talk to the grown folks? You lessen the team because they don't stroke your ego. They don't ask you how you doing. They don't give you the vagina no more. They don't give you the penis, the dick no more. So now you've circumvented the other parent. You've made the other parent basically a spectator instead of a participator. God damn, can I do it? You've lessened the team. You've lessened the experience. You've lessened the revenue. You've lessened the time, the energy, the protection, the role model, the guidance. You've lessened your team. So now when you say, I'm working 3 jobs, I'm a bad bitch. A bad bitch. Your daughter is sleeping with multiple men. Your son has multiple girls pregnant, and you are promoting being a single parent when you don't have to be. Fuck the gay agenda. I want y'all to listen to what I'm saying right now. Forget the gay agenda. Look at what we're doing to ourselves. You ain't even proud to say I'm co-parenting. I'm a single parent, and you wear that shit with a badge on. You wear that shit like... Look at that. How you do the chest pop, the chest pop, and it's not only women. Don't get it confused, fellas. I'll get on your ass too. Pause. We wear this thing like I'm a single parent, y'all. Look at what I'm doing, bruh. Listen, it is your responsibility to take care of your children. It is also your fucking responsibility to be adult enough to work with the other parent. You have been promoting being a single parent for years, and you have been fucking failing. I gotta say what I gotta say. You have been failing. You think, oh, well, I've just bought my daughter and my son a new bedroom set. I've just brought them the new... I don't know why I'm talking like this, but just stay with me, y'all. Stay with me. I've just brought them some new Jordans. I buy them all the video games they want. But you don't ensure that the other parent is a part of their life because you don't like the other parent. The parent calls, you don't answer the phone. You don't share special events with the other parent. Like, it's just so much that you circumvent the... Hell, you stand in front of the kids and downplay the other parent. But you're supposed to get a standing ovation by screaming you a single parent. No, you are a narcissist. You are a toxic person. We're talking about the gay community and how bad they are for our children. But really, it ain't just the gay community. It's these heterosexual people that say, oh, let's talk about being a single parent. Can I talk to somebody? I know I'm talking to some grown folks. I know they up in here. I see y'all. Is there a gay agenda? Is there an agenda to make sure that the gay population grows, that the black community is filled with men that they don't know about masculinity, right? Is there a push to turn men gay or to join this community, the women to join this community, or whatever case may be? My thought process is there is gay influence in everything from cartoons to even church. You know what I mean? There is a gay influence that is definitely being promoted. There is a gay in agenda that is definitely being promoted, from the rappers to all the way to R&B. There's a gay agenda across the board. And it's like, you know, it's almost like a get down or lay down type situation. Here's my issue though. My issue is that if you were a person that was born into a situation, like there are boys, young boys that grow up with nothing but women around them. So their mannerisms are not manly. They're not masculine. There are young women who grow up with nothing but males around them. So their mannerisms are masculine. You understand what I'm saying? They think like men. They act like men. They dress like men. So we have to find a way to provide balance for our children growing up. But I know it's easier said than done. I know it's easier said than done because a lot of people feel like, man, it's hard trying to get one parent, you know what I'm saying, to be a parent, let alone two parents. Somebody says it takes a village. It takes responsible adults. It takes people who understand that they need to provide balance for their children. The issue is that balance wasn't provided for them. That's the issue that we have right now. A lot of people that are traumatized, who've been through some. Do you know how many women I've met that said that someone took advantage of them when they were grown up? Somebody molested them, a friend of the family, a sibling, an uncle, an aunt. Somebody did something to them that violated them and altered their perspective on life. I've met a lot of women that have said that. Being a 20-year veteran in the United States Army, being a civilian, I've sat down in front of women who have broke down and cried. I've sat down in front of men who have broke down and cried and said, hey, this happened to me. This happened to me. Ladies and gentlemen, you are dating these people now. These people are around your children now. Now, here's the issue. Some people never take the time to go get the psychological help that is needed. So they are still traumatized. They still are in that victim state. And here's the thing, hurt people hurt people. I know we peeling it back. We peeling back this onion. We peeling back this onion. So you have some people who say this happened to me. Now I'm going to impose what happened to me onto someone else. You have people that stay in this victimization state where they can't have a relationship because they feel a certain type of way. And then you have other people who act out. They just act out. You know what I'm saying? So I want to ask you something, man. Do you believe that gay people are bad people? Let me just ask the question. How many people feel like gay people are just bad people? They can't be trusted. Let me get some of these comments. We are out of balance. Everything has its place. We all have forgotten our place. Okay, I hear you, Rodney. I've been there. Didn't work out to go. No thanks to her and her husband. Okay. My cousin is gay. He was raised in a Christian household, heavy church every other day. He was taught that the way of living wasn't acceptable. Why would a person choose to be gay knowing how hard life would be for them? No one type is bad. Gay people in a whole is not bad. You know what? I don't believe gay people are bad. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, there are two types of gay people. There are people that were made gay, and there are people that grew up with this feeling. Like, you know how you have it's I don't want to say intuition. You know what I'm saying? But it's something in the back of your mind saying that something ain't right. You know what I'm saying? Lisa is laughing, she's laughing. No, when I say made gay, listen. I'm not trying to crack jokes. What I'm saying is made gay. That means you are a child and you were violated. You were molested growing up. You were made gay. You understand what I'm saying? You were made gay because something happened that was unnatural. So now your thought process has been changed. Your serenity, your innocence has been taken. You were made gay. versus just saying, I grew up 5, 6 years old and I always knew I was different. You've heard those stories. And if you haven't heard those stories, then hey, I would suggest that, you know, you open your eyes and your horizons a little bit. But that's what I mean. There's two different types of angles here. Either you were made gay because you went through some type of trial and tribulation, somebody touched you, molest you, they interrupt your natural growth process, how you think about sexuality. That's what I mean. Or you just had these thoughts. You were born and you had these thoughts that, you know what, life would be better if I was another gender, or it would be, I feel extra strong about same sex. You know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to break this thing down, because I think a lot of people, maybe they never heard it being said like this, but what I'm saying is, those are the two type of gay people that we run across. Either you were made gay, or you just had these feelings that you wasn't the average person. You wasn't the average type of man, the average type of woman. Lisa says, I'm a psychologist. Okay, cool. Then you should understand what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? I also have gay family members and gay friends or whatever. So I definitely sit down or whatever case may be. And I'm telling you, it's a lot of gay people who grow up. And this is not the people who are made gay. These were the people, I appreciate you for understanding. Thank you, Lisa. These are not the people that were made gay. These are the people that just had these thoughts, these urges, these wants, these desires about the same sex. And they didn't have, can you imagine your son or your daughter coming to you saying, oh, okay, your son coming to you and say, oh, I like Mikey, Dad. Oh, you like Mikey? Yeah, Mikey a good boy. He a cool dude. He got a good jump shot. No, Dad, not like that. I like him sexually. What you just say? What the fuck did you just, come here. What did you just say about Mikey? You can't hang with Mikey no more. How many people will respond like that? You and Mikey no longer friends. I don't like what you're saying about Mikey, because the first thing you're going to do is you're going to think Mikey is trying to do something to your kid. We are not built to handle the tough conversation. Now, imagine your daughter coming to you saying, oh, I like Sheila, Dad and Mom. Oh, yeah, Sheila cool. Sheila nice. She's a nice girl. She's so polite. She is so polite. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Matter of fact, Sheila likes to play volleyball. Yes, Sheila is a perfect person for you to be hanging with. No, I ain't worried about the volleyball. I want to kiss her in the mouth. I want to be with her. What'd you just say? What you just say about Sheila? Did you say kiss her in the mouth? I thought living in my house you said kiss her in the mouth. I just thought I heard you say something about kissing Sheila in the mouth. I'm telling you right now, it is parents that will not tolerate any of that. And they will immediately dismiss that. And that's why I said, for those people that have those thoughts, what happens is they now go to the next door neighbor's house. They go to a school. They go somewhere else, and they have that conversation with someone else. Now, let me tell y'all what happened. I got some psychologists in here. Okay, check this out. The conversation that you don't want to have, your children have that gay conversation with somebody that's going to do one or two things. Y'all ready? They're going to do one or two things. They're going to enhance them going down the gay road, or they're going to help that child understand their feelings. Because you as a parent, you wasn't ready to have that conversation. You didn't want to talk about your son liking Mikey. You didn't want to talk about your daughter liking Sheila. Hail to the Nizza. Hail to the Nizza. You must be crazy. Let me lay my hands on you. Let me remove that spirit, Lord. You can't be gay in my house, in the tabernacle. I'm just saying, you're going to, you either going to beat it out of them, you're going to shame it out of them, you're going to church it out of them, you're going to joke it out of them, you're going to embarrass it out of them. You're going to do something as a parent that do not understand how to have a conversation with your child incorrectly. And that said child is going to go somewhere else. That is how Lil Nas X got developed, y'all. That is the issue that we're having. You're going to hear me now. I'm going to get the love that I want, the support that I want. I'm going to push my agenda. That's what you're dealing with. That's what you're dealing with. So now we got to be better at saying, hold on, before you go down the street and talk to Sheila mom or Mikey's mom, I want you to be able to talk to me. How many people would feel comfortable having a conversation with their children, saying that their children telling you at the age of 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 years old that they're bisexual, or they want to be a boy, or they want to be a girl? Come on now, get up in here. Let's go. Y'all said y'all wanted a conversation. I took the time out to have a conversation. How many people would feel comfortable talking to their child, their young child, about them saying that they're gay? Hello, let's talk. Cynthia says, my kids are grown and still very protective. No doubt. Okay. Crystal says, that's true. Guys can't touch me a certain way, and I am overprotective of my kids. I don't even trust guys around my kids. Now here's the thing. Now here's the thing, Crystal. I'm glad that you said that, but let me say something to y'all. We gotta stop saying blanket statements. We gotta stop. I appreciate y'all hitting the like button. Salute. I appreciate that. It just jumped up all of a sudden. Great. The thing about it, because we want people to listen, hear this conversation, because there's so much nonsense on social media, we never get down to the real conversation. So I appreciate that. That means there's some real people in the building. Salute. But look, we gotta be careful about doing the blanket statements. You know, I watch my kids around men. I don't just let any man in my house. It's not just men molesting these kids. Ladies and gentlemen, it's not just men molesting these kids. That's what's being broadcast. You talk about these pedophiles and child molesters. Society does a great job. We do a great job. We do a great job at saying, oh yeah, Mike did this. Michael did that. And Sean did that. But we don't never do a great job at saying, oh nah, Felicia was touching them babies. That's what Felicia, any Felicias out there, I apologize for throwing your name. I'm gonna get some hate mail. Listen, my name Felicia, I ain't never touched nobody. Who you think you is? You don't know me, boo-boo. Tough love gets hate mail from Felicia. Somebody gonna be doing some content. Oh, he said all Felicia's touching babies. Listen, I'm not saying that, okay? Yeah, you know, y'all some tough critics, but check it. We got to do a better job at saying, I watch my children around adults. I don't let my kids just go stay at anybody's house. We got to make sure that we include men and women. We can't just act like it's a man thing. Only men touch little kids. Only men violate little kids. No, because then you leave your children vulnerable to the female child molester, to the female pedophile. Let me tell you something. There's a lot of women. Let me drink my water before I get into this. Hold on, y'all. Thank you. Hold on, wait, hold on. There's a lot of women, older women, sleeping with young men. Now, we can play talking about, oh, they just cougars. No, young men, teenagers, 30, 40 years old, sleeping with them 15-year-olds. Now, when a man does it, it's not. When R. Kelly did it, it was nasty. It was disgusting. Throw the book, cancel them. We don't want to sing no more R. Kelly songs. Throw them under the jail. But we got these same women that are school teachers. That are postal workers. That work in the daycare. We got women in position that are doing the same thing. We got to be fair and impartial, y'all. We got to be fair and impartial. I'm not just going to condemn men and act like women don't do it as well. And that's the problem that we have, especially in society. That's why I said we don't do a good job at balancing the conversation, because we run on these rants and say the gay community is bad, the gay community ain't shit, these men ain't shit, and blah blah blah. And it's like, for some reason, it's like women just ducked and dodged the bullet. We get so focused on one thing that we don't look at the entire picture. No, there's a lot of people out there, male, female, black, white, this color, that gender, good credit score, bad credit score, live in the hood, live in the suburbs. It's bad people out there. I don't care if you gay or you heterosexual, homophobic, whatever. There's bad people out here. This conversation is about us balancing the conversation. This conversation is about us knowing how to balance the conversation. I don't think Lil Nas X is the sole problem. I don't think the gay community is the sole problem. I think the issue is that we are afraid to have conversations with gay people, because for some reason, if we have conversations with gay people, we're gay. Like if I sit down and, I call my homeboy, like, yo, bro, hey, I'm about to go to the mall, whatever. And I had two people in here, a car full of people, a truck full of people. And they was, let's say they all was gay. And we're having this conversation. A lot of heterosexual men would be afraid to do that, because you would think, well, if he's with all of these gay people, he must be gay. The world is corrupt. That's what Crystal stands. Let me let that marinate, Crystal. Let me let that marinate, Crystal. The world is corrupt. Let me let that marinate for a second, Crystal, okay? That's a bold statement, Crystal. Let me let it marinate. Let me think about that. The world is corrupt. Do you guys think the world is corrupt? Do you think the world is corrupt? Just yes or no. Yes or no. Do you think the world is corrupt? Cynthia says yes. How many people feel? I need y'all. I know it's a lot of people watching. Yes or yes or no. Do you feel like the world is corrupt? Even the church is not safe. Crystal, you can't answer the question. You can't answer the question you asked, Crystal. Crystal being selfish. Yeah, I said it. Yes. The world corrupt. Don't ask nobody else. If I say yes, it's yes. Golly, Crystal. Jesus Christ. Crystal is something else. There are corrupt people. Mimi, you know what? Deshaun says yes. The world is beyond corrupt. The world is corrupt. So you are in the world, Chris. They about to go at it in the comments, y'all. They about to go at it. Do I believe the world is corrupt? I don't know, y'all. I think that it's some bad people out there, but I don't think those people represent the world. And I don't know if I would use that statement with my children and say the world is corrupt, because that makes them fearful of the world. I think that it is important to say that there are some people out there that do not have your best interests in mind. There are some racist people out there. There are some people that will violate you as a child. There are some people out there that will throw you in jail. They will do bad things to you, and for that, you must be aware. You must be vigilant. I think that it is self-sabotaging to instill fear into your children about the world, because I don't. It's almost like you instill this fear. I'm hoping y'all guys understanding what I'm saying. You instill this thought process into your children where the world is corrupt. So where can you go if the world is corrupt, where can you go and feel safe and happy? Where can you build with? Where can you raise your own family? Where can you be productive at? If you say the world is corrupt, where can you go and manifest? Now, when you say there are bad people out there and you need to be cautious of those people, that still, to me, it instills hope. It instills that, well, people, there's a lot of people, so I just got to find the right people to be around. Oh, that's called optimism. Being optimistic. Okay. So you're giving, you're saying that there's a chance that I can still have a good life even though that there's bad people out there. You're giving me an opportunity to live my best life, even though there's racist people out there. There are this type of people and those type of people. You're telling me to remain optimistic in a world full of bad people because I may find someone that is positive, that is non-toxic, that wants to see me win as much as I want to see them win, that wants to be a productive citizen, that wants to have their white picket fence and their green grass and live by the lake and drink tea and drink lemonade and read books under the tree and make love in the rain, walk on the beach and have your fingerprints and all this good stuff. You're telling me that there's a possibility that life can be good. Thanks, Mom. Thanks, Dad. Thanks, role model. Thanks, provider. Thanks, protector. You're not putting me in the bubble. You're allowing me to see the big picture. Thank you. Thank you. So I don't know if I would sell that narrative that the world is corrupt. I would sell the narrative that there are some bad people. And to be prepared on what those bad people may do. Do you guys believe that the gay agenda is to destroy the black community? I believe that being optimistic is definitely key. Is speaking to world leaders in terms of corrupt. I get you. I understand. But what I want to do is, like you said, I want to have that deeper conversation, and I want to make sure, because everybody, when you say the world, sometimes it doesn't give you a level of optimism. It says, oh my God, where can I go? It makes you paranoid. And for us as adults, for us that have degrees, for us that have a level of higher learning or an understanding, whether it's street smarts, life experience, higher learning, you know what I'm saying, book smarts, whatever it is, everyone doesn't have the ability to think at its simplest form. So when you say the world is corrupt, the first thing people do is get paranoid. I can't trust nobody. The world is corrupt. Got the 1-9, she was sitting on my chest, she was a fat. It just creates this level of paranoia versus saying everyone is not bad. There's just some bad instance. There's some bad people out there. You know what I'm saying? Yes, life is good. Life can be good. And we got to make sure that we tell people life could be good. There are some great, phenomenal, amazing, intelligent, loving, trustworthy people out there. And we got to make sure that we instill that in the conversation. The issue is that we don't do a good job at telling our children that there are people out there worthwhile. We don't. And the way you promote your friends, do you promote your friends as bad bitches, as savages, as dons, as OGs? How do you promote the people around you to your children, to your family, to your friends? How do you promote them? What are the titles that's being used? Let's get into it. Don't run. No. Bring your ass back here. Huh? What is it? Bring your ass here, boy. Huh? Come on. Look. Shout out to all the content creators. I know a lot of you guys catch things on a replay, so I salute you all for supporting the Tough Love channel. Should I even see Kwame from time to time? Kwame Brown, Spitting Fire, Miss 504, Forgotten Kings, hell, low key even be in the building. So I appreciate everybody that comes through and supports the channel, whatever. Hopefully I can get around to everybody's channel and show them love. I try to share their content. If I feel like, yo, this episode is fizire. It's fizire. You know, so I appreciate you guys supporting the Tough Love channel. It is growing. I really don't promote how many people are subscribed to the channel, whatever, but I can tell you right now, it is growing at a phenomenal pace, at a phenomenal rate, or whatever case may be. A lot of people want me to do a one-on-one with Kwame Brown. I think Kwame Brown is a cool dude. I think that him as a celebrity, an actual bona fide celebrity off of YouTube, I think what he does is good. You know what I'm saying? I'm not the guy to like beg for interviews. I'm not the guy like sitting around doing a bunch of reaction videos to what he says. I feel like your platform should be about what your platform should be about. Like, I want to talk about the community. I want to talk about empowering both men, women, and children and community. And if I catch something that Kwame Brown says that's cool, I'll regurgitate it, or I might play that little small clip. But I don't want to dedicate my channel to reacting off of what another man says. I'm a grown-ass man. And for those men that do that, I ain't knocking you, but I look at you a little funny. You know what I'm saying? Oh, reaction video to Kwame Brown every fucking day. Like, it's like, bro, what do you have to say? Who are you? Well, how do you feel about the community? How do you feel about men? How do you feel about women? Is there anything that you want to talk about that affects our children? I think it's important for us to have a voice, an individual voice, a collective voice. But it's just a lot of people that's like, and those are the people that I look at, because individually you have nothing to say, but then you hang off every word somebody else says. And my thing about it is that's almost fanatic. That's fanaticy. And I don't get the vibe that Kwame Brown wants a bunch of fanatics. I think he wants people that are standing on their own, that understand and respect and value themselves enough to say, hey, I appreciate the love, but do you? I could be wrong. I appreciate the love, but do you? But there are a lot of men. You know, I don't see a lot of women doing it, but there's some women, that do it. But it's just these men that's like, I want to dedicate my entire channel to Kwame Brown. Like, bro, what was you doing before Kwame Brown like showed up? What was you doing before he showed up? Because all of his you're saying all of his values and everything he says is what you would say. I want y'all to look at that. I want y'all to look at the next person that does a Kwame Brown reaction video, or whatever case to be, how they look like they're cheerleading. It's more like a cheerleading praise versus saying, let's talk about the real issues. And I feel like people miss the mark, but again, a lot of people don't have an identity. You know what I'm saying? And these conversations are important, the ones that we have over here on this Tough Love channel, because we don't lose our identity. It's cool. We'll give you a shout out. We'll give you, salute, but we're not going to praise you as if you're a god, or as if your message is more impactful or powerful than what we have to say. Every single person that tunes into Tough Love, your voice matters. Your voice counts. It counts. Let's talk about loving life. Exactly. Let's talk about building. Let's talk about empowerment of each other. There are so many people bashing men, bashing women, bashing communities. And it's like, man, at some point in time, like, bro, I'm not going to give you a second thought. I'm not donating to your channel. I'm not doing anything to give you shine. And when I focus on you, when I make you a point of discussion, I'm going to tear your ass up. I'm going to tear your ass up. I'm going to break you down to the motherfucking lowest motherfucking regime and show people you ain't built like that. So if your whole dynamic is, I'm a bash women, I'm a bash men, I'm a bash goddamn the community, I'm a bash children. Like, no, I'm going to take your head off if you come in my radar. Period. That's how we gonna do it. But I'm not on attack mode. I'm not on attack mode. What the mode that I'm on is having the conversations that matter at the end of the day. I want you to take something away. I want you to be able to sit down with probably your teenager, probably your 16, 17-year-old boy or girl, and say, y'all let them watch BET. If y'all can let them watch BET Awards, y'all can let them listen to some of this. Okay, come on. And have a conversation after this, or have the conversation while this thing is going, and pause it and say, how do you feel about gay people? Hell, are you gay? Do you have any thoughts, you know what I'm saying, that you feel that we need to talk about? This may be the icebreaker that you need. And some people out here are looking for icebreakers to not only have the conversation, but to start the conversation. Tough Love, this channel is an icebreaker. It allows you to have the conversation. Press play. Press play. Not press one, press play. And let it ride. Because there's a lot of things being said. And I know that a lot of people's like, hey, you know, you should start doing your lives where you're inviting more people. I'm in my teaching phase right now. I'm in my teaching phase. Then we're going to go into the open the lines and, you know, me back in the studio and doing all that great stuff or whatever. But right now, this is the raw tough love that you're getting right now. LOL, press one. Who's the press? That's that Kevin guy, Kevin Gills. Yeah, press one guy. Yeah, nah, press play. Press play. Hey, you see Tough Love go live. You catch the replay, press play and sit back, grab your wine, grab your water, grab a friend, and just listen to these points and say, you know, I agree, I disagree, or whatever, but I always try to be fair and impartial. You know what I'm saying? I try to be fair and impartial. I think it's an honest assessment, you know, no matter what it is. You know, let me make this disclaimer out there real quick. I tagged Sean D. Wave and ArmonWiggins. Those are known content creators that are gay. What I wanted to do was to get their perspective. I appreciate that, Cynthia. I wanted to get their perspective on what I was saying as a heterosexual black man. If they agree, if they disagree, why they disagree. And I'm hoping that these guys, and if you know these guys, feel free to tag them inside the comment section or get this video to them, because I want them to play it. Feel free to replay this or whatever, because I want to hear their perspective. You see what I'm saying? And I'm hoping that they come with a level of understanding and respect. But I mean, however they want to handle it, we can handle it. But the fact of the matter is, I think it's important for us to be able to have these conversations. And I also think it's important that if you're going to be gay, you have to understand that people want their children to grow up and develop naturally. And I don't want to say tainted, but I don't think that a lot of people need to understand this. And this is what I'm gonna say this right. Heterosexual people want their children to grow up naturally. Hard for anybody to combat that statement, to grow up naturally, to not have to deal with the stress, the trauma, the drama, the victimization, or anybody taking advantage of their children. That is the way heterosexual people want their children to grow up. Here's what happens. What happens is when you have a child that does not grow up naturally, and they go through the trial and tribulation of being molested, being raped, taken advantage of, for some repeatedly, it alters how they think. So when you have someone that is heterosexual and say, look, I don't want my child to be exposed to that. They're not saying they hate gay people. They're not saying that, oh, well, all gay people are this and all gay. You can't put everybody in the same. All gay people don't like chicken. All gay people don't like rap music. All gay people are not black. It's hard to put everybody in the same community. I will say this, though. The gay community is a powerful community. Their cancel culture is out of this world. But we have to be realistic. We have to be balanced. Heterosexual families where you have a man and you have a woman, the conversation is simply, I want my child to grow up naturally. I don't want my child's mindset to be altered, and I don't want to add anything to my child's mindset that is going to confuse them. That is what they're saying. If you are in the alphabet community, LBGTQ plus community, if you are gay, they are simply saying they want their child to grow up naturally. And it's very difficult to grow up naturally when you have young men like Lil Nas X promoting being gay. It's difficult to grow up natural because here's the thing, the turmoil, the drama behind it, we're going to play it, and our kids are going to be exposed to it. So when you say, as a heterosexual man or a heterosexual woman, you don't want your child exposed to that, there's nothing wrong with that. I think it's how you say it, because what happens is, man, I don't want to see no two guys sucking off each other and they probably got HIV. When you do that, now it creates something else. And I understand that type of turmoil and drama and all of that. I get it. But these hood dudes talking on a subject where, you know, they probably they can only talk about something from their level and only present it how they present it. And I get it. The debate, the baby, Boosie, T.I., they only can talk about the subject based on what they know about the subject or whatever. You know what I'm saying? If you are a thug, you know what I'm saying, you from the hood, you gonna present it, man, you know, gay people, man, I ain't trying to fuck with that bullshit. Like, you gonna present it a certain type of way. But for men like myself that feel like they're well versed in conversation, they can articulate a little bit better, they're gonna pull a couple words and throw some things in there. 20-year veteran in the military around a lot of nationalities and races, I'm going to present the conversation in a different way. And that's what I think a lot of heterosexuals really are saying. They want their children to grow up naturally. They don't want their children to be influenced by anything that is going to cause them to be unnatural. I'm not saying gay people are not happy. I am not saying gay people are not successful. I am not saying that gay people are not intelligent. I am not saying that people are not great, amazing people. You see how I make sure it's clear? What I'm saying is, me as a heterosexual man, I do not want you influencing my child to be gay. I don't want you influencing my child to be gay. And there is nothing wrong with that. Okay, there's nothing wrong with that. If, again, two types. You're made to be gay because you were violated, you were molested, you were taken advantage of, or you were born into a situation where you've had these thoughts, these urges, these feelings, etc. And where some people may say, well, that's unnatural to have those. But again, people have thoughts and feelings about a lot of stuff or whatever case may be. But the thing about it is, I don't want to do anything to make my child gay. If you naturally have those, you born like you have a child. I want to break this down because I know a lot of people won't understand. You have a child that is born, right? Son or daughter. And they're now 5 or 6 or 7 or they're 8 or they're let's just say they're 12. And your child comes to you and says, Dad, I feel like I like the same sex. Okay? They haven't been touched. They haven't been molested. No one is taking advantage of them. This is just their natural feelings. Then that's something that you as a parent have to deal with. Understand? Now, made gay at 12. You've been getting molested for the past year by Uncle Bob, right? By Aunt Sarah. You've been getting molested by the boyfriend or the girlfriend or the next door neighbor. And now you have these confusing thoughts. You're made gay. That is what a lot of heterosexual men and women are saying they don't want their children exposed to. And there's nothing wrong with that. They don't want to put the idea of being gay inside their child's head by watching Lil Nas X or watching this person or watching that person or whatever case be. If my child grows up and this is something that a lifestyle that they want, then so be it. I can't control that. But for you to expose this child at 10 and 12 and 15 as if this is the new wave, this is the it, I think yeah, I think people are going to have a problem with that. People are going to fight back the same way you fight to be heard and be seen, and your sexuality is your sexuality and everyone should accept it. I think it's just important for those people who don't agree to speak out. I think that when you throw in blanket statements like all gay people got AIDS, you debunk your own argument. You know what I'm saying? You debunk your argument and you take it to another level. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like the Boosie said, if he seen the baby dancing at a charity naked, he would jump on stage and beat him up. Oh my God. Why are we acting like gay people ain't got friends? Like, they just gonna let you jump on stage and beat them up. Man, like, bro, stop. When you make statements like that, man, you show a high level of ignorance and a high level of you act as if you're more dominant than the person you're talking about. And for me, it's crazy because I know some gay people that can fight. So for you to say, I'm about to snatch you off of this and I'm about to do that, bro, you probably gonna have some problems. You probably gonna get hands, feet, paws, and knees on your ass if you put your hands on one of them. Yeah, and I'm gonna be honest, I don't think the baby or Boosie can beat none of them. I'm gonna be honest with you. You know what I'm saying? Because people are so used to defending themselves that they're not about to just let anybody do whatever. But what you do is you create this paranoia, you create this frenzy that now when you see a gay person acting out or doing something, you're supposed to, as a heterosexual person, beat them up. And that is the wrong message. That's dangerous. That is dangerous. So as much as you want to cancel Lil Nas X, hey bro, we're gonna have to cancel you from public speaking because your shit is fucked up. Because suppose your son or daughter turns gay. You're promoting violence against a whole community because you don't like what they do. Well, here's the thing. Isn't that the same thing that KKK members do to black people? Uh-oh. I told, bro, I am no joke with this. You can call out somebody else's community because you don't like what they look like. Uh-oh. What they promote. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Black people have a very they have this sense of what's the word I'm looking for? I'm looking for this, it's a word, it just this sense of arrogance. This sense of arrogance, like I can talk about your community, I can talk about you, I can talk about this, and this, and ain't a motherfucking thing you could do about it. This sense of arrogance. When Boosie was talking about Lil Nas X, like I'm watching body language, right? I was in the military 20 years, warrant officer. And when people used to come in my office, you know, based on whatever logistics things they needed or whatever case to be, you know, of course I'm looking to see if, are you confident? Are you making eye contact? Are you sitting up in a chair? Are you speaking with slurs? Are you articulating? Are you getting to the point? Or are you long-winded? You know what I'm saying? Your body language, right? I looked at Boosie and I looked at the arrogance that he had when he was talking about Lil Nas X as if he was better. Now, this is the same man that allowed his young son to be in a strip club and let a stripper twerk on him for his birthday. His young son, he was under goddamn 15. But then you say how you're going to beat up Lil Nas X because you feel like Lil Nas X is an easy target because he's gay. Makes you a coward, Boosie. That makes you a clown, Boosie. Anybody that believes your sexuality makes you weak, no. It don't make you weak. It don't make you less intelligent. It doesn't mean that you're not successful, but that's some black people's arrogance. I'm going to talk about you as if I'm better than you, or I can beat you. First of all, the loudest person in the room, probably 9 times out of 10, can't fight. Probably not successful. Just being real. I can guarantee if you put a motherfucking test in front of Boosie, he'll look at you crazy than a motherfucker. For you to say that you can beat someone because they're gay is the same feeling and thought process that people feel that they can beat somebody because they're black. They can beat someone because they live in this neighborhood. They can do this to them because they're from this family. And that's the thought process that we got to stop. There is a level of arrogance that is floating around, and when people get a whiff of it and they start just feeling themselves, bro, like, calm the fuck down before someone beats your ass or kill your ass. Stop it. Ignorance is bliss. You are exactly right. You are exactly right. We got to stop that shit, and we got to stop promoting people who do that type of shit. Stand on your own too and realize what you're talking about. You know what I'm saying? You're talking about the gay community. First of all, talk with the level of respect. Talk with a level of respect. I'm not a part of the gay community, but I'm not going to sit here and bash the gay community to make myself feel good, to make myself. First of all, I'm sure there's a lot of gay people who are living way better than me. I would love to travel. What's the Friday? I would love to say, let me hop on a plane to Dubai right now. You know what I mean? Hell, I'm headed to Vegas right now. You know what I'm saying? There's some gay people out there that can do that, right? Let me go buy me a mini mansion somewhere just because. There's some gay people out there can do that. So here's the thing, and this is what I know, and this is my pull at Cynthia G and at Tommy Sotomayor person, right? You're bashing people like you bash black men and you bash black women, but these people that you're bashing, a lot of these people are in better positions than you are. That's what I don't get. Like, you're going to sit here and you're going to point the finger at all these other people. Oh, the gay people bad. Oh, black men bad. Black women bad. The black community bad. And a lot of these people that you're talking about are in better positions than you. Everybody don't showcase their entire life on fucking social media. I ain't got to walk through my house and say, look, y'all, look at my car and my truck. Look at my bike. Look at my boat. I don't have to do that. You see what I'm saying? Some people are so happy about their materialistic shit. They got materialistic shit, but they have common sense. Bashing other people does not empower you. It with me. Come on. Bashing other people does not empower you. Some of y'all think that bashing other people is empowering to you. It makes you look good. It's not. It don't. It makes you look weak. Like a jackass, like an asshole, like a dumbass. It makes you look less than. Empowering people is the way to go. Because here's the thing. I would rather my karma be saying, I saw one of your videos uplifting black women, uplifting black men, empowering the community, talking about things that's going to help and build people, whether it's from a common sense standpoint, a higher learning standpoint, a life experience standpoint. Yeah, okay, cool. Versus me trying to bring down everybody else because I'm not happy with my life. Somebody did something to me, so I'm going to take it out on everybody else. I'm going to be honest with you. A lot of people that don't like gay people, I think that they secretly gay. They're not homophobic. Nope, they gay. It's the verbiage that they use. When you speak with a level of hatred and just craziness, you got to look at it as like, why are these people talking like that? Like, why do you talk with such a level of hatred, disdain, and then when you come to find out they're gay? gay. They have gay tendencies. They've done some gay actions or something, and they have to mask what they've done by promoting hatred. Y'all might not believe me. I'm just trying to give you the game, bro. I'm just trying to give you the game. Let me send these shots out real quick. And everybody that is pulling up on Tough Love, is listening, that is providing feedback in the comment section or whatever. I appreciate y'all. I appreciate your time. I appreciate y'all rocking with me. Again, you know what I'm saying? We're growing in the right direction. We're growing with material and content that I believe that people can take away from and share. And I appreciate everybody that have sent me super chat donations, that sends me email. My email again is marioj1@gmail.com. This was also a request by someone to basically say, hey, you know, what about this gay agenda? And let me be clear about this gay agenda real quick. Good evening. I don't like to say that I'm a conspiracy theorist. I don't really like to, you know, sit down and be like, let's talk about slavery and Jim Crow. And, you know, I really like to say that, you know what I'm saying, anything that is afforded to white people in regards to knowledge is afforded to everybody else. So if you don't take advantage of that, you know, and you have this mindset that the white man is keeping you down and the white man and the white, like, that's poor thinking. That is a generational curse of thinking. You're not going to get that over here. You're not going to get promoting the downfall of the white man. You're going to get the uplifting of you and I. And you and I don't have to be black. You and I don't have to have the same credit score, don't have to have kids. You don't have to be heterosexual. You can be gay. You and I are building not only on our conversations, but our attitudes about life, a positive way of thinking. That's what tough love is about. It's not about beating someone into submission. It is about being patient enough to listen for understanding and comprehension and providing feedback that matters. Ladies and gentlemen, stop thinking that tomorrow is promised. Provide your feedback now. Your voice matters. You don't have to be a celebrity in somebody else's eyes. You are a celebrity. You are the star player of your life, and you are important. Stop acting like you need somebody else to speak for you, somebody else to articulate for you, someone else to stand in front of everybody and give what you want. No. Say what it is that you need to say. You'd be surprised how your voice resonates with other people around the world. That's what this is about, helping someone, giving my testimony. If you are a part of the gay community, salute to you. I can understand it's not easy promoting that you are gay, whether you're a male, you're a female, a transgender, you know, young, old, or whatever. Okay, I understand that you guys have challenges in your community that you're trying to handle. Salute to you guys, but also to my heterosexual people that say, hey, I want my child to grow up naturally. I don't want my child dealing with or being exposed to certain things. I understand both sides of the table. I'm hoping that I did a good job at balancing out the conversation. If I tagged you in this, or you see this conversation and you say, you know what, I want to elaborate on this, I think that I can expand on the conversation and do that. Feel free to tag me. I would love to hear feedback. Thank you all for your time. Please enjoy your weekend. Be safe. For those that's recovering from coronavirus, the 1-9 like myself, I ask that you guys be healthy, and I ask that you value life. Until next time, y'all adult up. I'm Mario J. Tough love. I'm gonna holler at y'all. Peace.